wake up every day, 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 wake up. Can't get enough, no I can't get enough. Took another route, no I never ended up a cuz. Had a gat in my hand, but I didn't wanna be that man. Look in the mirror, couldn't see that man. Pick up the pen, never stick up the man. Only pick up the stick if I need to defend. If I did it back then, I'd have dropped dead. No a nigga doing that cause he a hothead. I took a ride through my city the other day. Wonder what would've happened if it all went the other way. Jump in the whip, now I reminisce on the days when I was running around the Ave. Could've never imagined the way that my life would've turned out and all of the things that I have. I ain't talking material, talking about my material. The shit that I'm writing, the shit that I've been through. I went through the worst, but I made it out. Like the Alpha Omega, then show me which way it could go. Yeah, he laid it out. Instead of just sitting on the beach, I'm reconnecting with the streets. They wasn't paying attention, I was praying for ascension. No need to mention my attention to detail. Homie, we well, prevail. Lot of motherfuckers wanna wake up every day, then they murder they own, but they know it's another way. Fuck all that violence and drugs and communities. This song right here is immunity. They call it a trap cause they trapping us. Take our money, then they don't give it back to us. Black man can't even get himself a bachelor. Dropped out of school, then he picked up the spatula. Cause he never had a good role model, just a hood role model. Now I know that's the old model. We breaking that cycle. I think I see the finish line. Got a vision now, don't diminish mine. A lot of brothers in the hood doing good, and I know I see it all the time. But they only wanna push all the drugs and all the crime on Channel 9. Fuck all that fantasy, this shit right here for my people. Every day, wake up. People that struggling, people work hard as they can, but they still don't feel equal. Trust me, I know. Wake up every day. I've been there before. Every day, wake up every day. Trust me, I know. Wake up. That feeling don't never go. Every day, wake up every day. 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 Wake up.
And on a beautiful autumn day in 2011, Logic and his best friends drive through the slums of College Park in a Chevy Impala, around the streets of Prince George's County, cruising through an unknown universe, beginning a journey that would inevitably alter the course of not only their own, but the lives of millions of people around the world.
You're a monster.
I can swallow a bottle of alcohol in her. Feel like Godzilla. Better hit the deck like the cartilla. My whole squad's in here walking around the party. A cross between a zombie apocalypse and Bobby the Brain Heenan, which is probably the same reason I wrestle with mania shades in this bitch. I'm posse'd up. Consider it to cost me a costly mistake if they sleeping on me. The hoes better get insomnia. ADHD hydroxycut. Pass the Kabasi. In AA with an AK melee, finna set it like a play date. Better vacate, retreat like a vacate Mayday. This beat is cray cray, Ray J, H-A-H-A-H-A. Laughing all the way to the bank, I spray flames. They cannot tame or placate the monster.
You get in my way, I'ma feed you to the monster. I'm normal during the day, but at night turn to a monster. When the moon shines like ice road truckers, I look like a villain out of those blockbusters.
Until the fire spit a
monster. Blood on the dance floor, the Louis V carpet.
Fire, until the fire. I'm just a product of the wicked onyx. Told him lick the balls, had him just appalled. Did so many things that pissed him off. It's impossible to list them all. And in the midst of all this, I'm in a mental hospital with a crystal ball, trying to see what I still be like this tomorrow. Whisper, dog voices whisper. My fist is ball back up against the wall, pencil drawn. This is just a song to go ballistic on. You just pull the pistol on the guy with a missile launcher. I'm just a Loch Ness, the mythological. Quick to tell a bitch you off like a fifth of vodka. When you twist the top of the bottle, I'm a monster.
You get in my way, I'ma feed you to the monster. I'm normal during the day, but at night turn to a monster. When the moon shines like ice road truckers, I look like a villain out of those blockbusters.
Until the fire spit a
monster. Blood on the dance floor, the Louis V carpet.
Fire, until the fire.
And he's giving me nothing. I haven't heard from him.
If you never gave a damn, raise your hand, cause I'm about to set trip. Vacation plans, I'm on point like my indexes. So all you will ever get is some motherfucking finger. Prostate exam. How can I have all these fans that perspire like a liar's pants? I'm on fire and I got no plans to retire. And I'm still the man you admire. These chicks are spazzing out. I only get more handsome and flyer. I got them passing out like what you do when you hand someone flyers. And what goes around comes around just like the blades on the chainsaw. Cause I caught the flag, but my dollar stacked right off the bat like a baseball. Like kidding, bitch, I got grab them racks with so much ease that they call me Diddy. Cause I make bands and I call getting cheese a cakewalk. Yeah. Bitch, I'm a player. I'm too motherfucking stingy for share. Won't even lend you an ear, ain't even pretending to care. But I tell a bitch I'm area of Shabaria, face on my genital area. The original Richard Ramirez, Christian Rivera. Cause my lyrics never sit well, so they wanna give me the chair. Like a paraplegic and it's scary, call it Harry Carry. Cause every time I'm digging Harry Carry, I'm marry a motherfucking dictionary on. I'm swearing up and down, they can spit this shit's hilarious. It's time to put these bitches in the obituary column. We wouldn't see eye to eye with a staring problem. Get the shaft like a staring column. Trigger happy, pack key, but it's black ink. Evil half of the bad meats. Evil that means take a backseat, take it back to fat beats with a maxi single. Look at my rap sheet. What attracts these people is my gangster bitch like Apache with a catchy jiggle. I stack chips, you better got a half-eaten Cheeto. Fill him with the venom and eliminate him. Other words, I'm intimate him. I don't wanna hurt him, but I did him in a fit of rage. I'm murdering again, nobody will evade him. Finna kill him and dump the fucking bodies in a lake, obliterating everything is iterated. Renegade him, hit him, make anybody who want it with the pin and frame. Don't nobody want it, but they're gonna get it anyway. Cause I'm beginning to feel like I'm mentally ill. I'm a killer, be killed, I'm a killer, be the vanilla gorilla. You bringing the killer within me out of me. You don't wanna be the enemy of the demon who in me. Or be a receiving enemy. What stupidity it'd be. Every bit of me's the epitome of a spitter when I'm in the vicinity. Motherfucker, you better duck or you finna be dead the minute you run into me. 100% of you is a fifth of a percent of me. I'm about to fucking finish you, bitch. I'm available. You wanna battle? I'm available. I'm blowing up like an inflatable. I'm undebatable. I'm unavoidable. I'm unevadable. I'm on the toilet bowl. I got a trailer full of money and I'm paid for. I'm not afraid to pull them. Man, stop. Look what I'm planning.
Hello. Oh shit, don't play another thing. Hello, everybody. Wow. The title's confusing. I don't think it's very confusing. We're debating a black Nazi today, hopefully. That's what was scheduled for today. This is going to be my big stream where I come back after the little break that I took. And was the one. This was the stream. This was the stream where I was coming back, and I was going to have this epic debate plan for all of us to indulge in today. And unfortunately, despite Nightmare Neil, the person we were supposed to be debating, somebody who has had some very interesting conversations in the past, despite the fact that they agreed to have a conversation with me about an hour ago, a little over an hour ago now, an hour and 13 minutes ago was the scheduled time. I didn't hear any contact from them. About, what do you call it? I want to say 30 minutes into me waiting for him, I contacted him and I was like, yo, dude, are we good to go? We good to stream? What's going on, buddy? Because normally I'll wait for my streams to start the stream until I get confirmation from the person that I'm debating, so that whenever I do go live, I'm not like anticipating, like, are they going to show up or are they not? Then an hour rolls by and I'm like, dude, I have no idea, dude. Like, I'm just going to start the stream. We're going to see if he shows up. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Whew! I hope you all are doing good today. I had a thrilling week, as you could imagine. Haven't been streaming for a little bit. But now we're back in it. We're back in the saddle again. And in my mind, if we can't currently debate Neil while we wait for him to show or to not show up, I do have 2 other debates with Neil, which I thought were very interesting to go over. There are some very, very interesting debates with this Nightmare Neil guy. He seems a little off his rocker, okay? Just a tiny bit. I was really enthusiastic to debate him, but apparently I don't know if he's showing up today. Whew! Okay. How is everybody doing in chat? Because I haven't seen you guys in a bit. What's been going on? How has it been? How have we been moving? I have not been streaming for a little bit. So I'm always good and glad to get back into doing a live stream. I love these things. These are great. You're alive. You're a skeleton. That's like the last thing I expected you to say. Sneaky Skeleton says they're actually alive right now. Woo! Okay, I'm going to ring him one more time on Discord, and then we're going straight into his fucking debates. I don't give a shit. Hold on. Nightmare Neil, come on, buddy. Everybody, I need everybody to go on Twitter and at Nightmare Neil right now. Okay? Right now. He's online. He's online on Discord, but the pussy isn't picking up the call. He's online on Discord. He also sent me this little, like, speaker room, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't even know what these things would be called. It's like a little room where you, like, chat with people or whatever the fuck. Hold on. He also sent me this to connect to in advance. But I'm connected into the room, as you can see, and there's nobody here. There's nobody here. It was created February 15th, which was the time that we we scheduled the debate, and there's no one here. There's no one here to debate. I'm just sitting here and fucking wallowing in my pity. I woke up, so I'm not good. Christ. I actually surprisingly woke up at like 9 o'clock today in order to get my groceries and all that shit settled down. I was really happy with that because I ordered in groceries to be delivered at like 9 o'clock in the morning. I didn't think I'd get up to get them, but I did. Okay, I was only like, I woke up at like 9:10 or some shit like that. Holy shit, dude. Let's do a dual stream. Velta's playing Crash Trilogy and see who's better at the game. Dude, I'm literally so ass at Crash Bandicoot. The Trash Bandicoot, dude. I'm actually so ass at this video. Hold on. We're going to boot up Crash Bandicoot and we're going to play it while we wait for this fucker to get into the live stream. I've actually @tweeted him on Twitter as well. And he's an hour, like, I've already @tweeted him. I was like, you're an hour late to the combo. But he's also got me blocked on Twitter. This guy's just blocked my Twitter for some reason. I literally don't know why. I've @tweeted at him like once to set up the conversation. And he's already like blocked me. Like, what am I supposed to do? I can't even get in contact with this guy. The only thing I have is Discord, and I've DM'd him like twice. Like, what the fuck am I? Where am I supposed to go from there? I was actually so excited to debate Nightmare Neil, and I've just got like owned by him. But he's like, he's not showing up. Hold on, okay. Let's go to Nightmare Neil. Let's go watch some Nightmare Neil debates. I need you guys to be introduced to this person. So, the first Nightmare Neil debate, I actually haven't seen this one yet. But Nightmare Neil debated somebody who I've seen around quite a lot, Nominal Naomi. They had a debate. I think it was just, broadly speaking, trans issues. I think that was the issue. I think that was the whole thing. That was what they were debating. This guy's like weirdly obsessive about trans people, which so am I, right? It's like all I talk about. I only talk about trans people. But he did have a conversation with Naomi about it, and it seemed to be very, very interesting because it had a follow-up conversation with a friend of the channel, Synth, which I did see at least half of that, and it was an interesting conversation, to say the least, all right? I'm going to throw this on in the background. I'm going to try boot up Trash Bandicoot, and we're going to sit here, and we're going to fucking wait. We're going to wait on our asses until this Nightmare Neil guy shows the fuck up.
You're trying to paint this picture of like all intersex people want to not be intersex without any proof. And now you're saying that like, oh, intersex is always going to be harmful without proof, when I'm showing you that yes, there do exist intersex conditions that don't require any medical intervention and that they live normal, happy, healthy lives. Really happy to be here. Thanks so much for having me on, and happy to get into it.
So are you trans, or, I mean, you say you're trans, but I seen that you also say you was non-binary in your bio. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I am both transgender and non-binary.
Okay, because I was kind of confused. At first, in the title, I had put that you were transgender. Then I was like, maybe Naomi might think that's disrespectful, so let me put non-binary. So I wasn't sure.
Not at all. Those categories are in no way mutually exclusive. So it is very much possible to be both transgender and non-binary.
I never knew that. Could you explain that for us?
Yeah, so broadly speaking, the term transgender would refer to somebody whose gender identity, being a self-perception, differs than the gender they were assigned at birth. So when I'm saying something like gender assigned at birth, what I'm referring to is when you're born, you know, the doctors are going to put either male or female on your birth certificate, sometimes intersex. With that information, parents will typically raise that kid as either a boy or a girl. They'll treat them with different, you know, social expectations, often explicitly, although even more so often implicitly, where they might subtly treat boys and girls kind of different, expect them to behave different ways, perhaps limit or encourage them to, you know, play with certain toys, do certain behaviors, clubs, sports, all those kind of things. We often treat boys and girls very differently. And so a transgender person would be somebody who, you know, later in life would realize, you know, kind of this gender that was assigned to me, be it boy or girl, that's just really not right for me. And so I would like to live my life as a different gender. I would like to socially transition, you know, perhaps change my name, pronouns, that kind of thing. That would broadly be what a transgender person is. And then non-binary in particular refers to a gender identity, one which falls outside of the traditional binary conception of man or woman. If someone says that they're non-binary, it's not necessarily saying anything about their biology, and it's also not necessarily saying anything about how people kind of perceive and treat them.
What the fuck? Why did YouTube pause on me? I'm actually ass mad now. Dude, I've had a no-show for a debate, and also YouTube.
But rather,
is,
it's
like,
how they
fucking
see
me, dude.
themselves as in terms of
I'm
kind of
also
how
not
they
that
would
good at
place
Crash
themselves
Bandicoot.
socially
So it's
among
like
other
all these things are
peoples,
stacking
how
up,
they,
and I'm
how
getting
they
intense. Like I'm
perceive
intensely
themselves
depressed
as
right
a
now.
Human being.
I'm
as a
intensely
person,
depressed.
kind of
Holy
falls
shit,
Not
dude.
entirely man or woman.
So you were born male, correct?
I was assigned male at birth. That is correct.
So how could you be trans and non-binary at the same time in the simplest form?
Like I said, transgender refers to a gender identity, as
Okay.
does non-binary. You know, when I was raised as a kid, my parents treated me as a boy. They didn't treat me as a non-binary person. So by having this self-perception of myself as a non-binary person, by having this gender identity which differs than the gender that I was treated as growing up, then I would, by
Holy hell,
definition,
bro.
be both transgender and non-binary.
Oh, so are all transgender people non-binary?
Not necessarily. I think that categorically speaking, if you're a non-binary person, unless you were assigned non-binary at birth by your parents, then
Imagine
yeah,
getting-
you would be
Dude,
getting under that
let's
common
go,
definition
dude.
of transgender.
Oh,
Getting
so all
assigned
non-binary
non-binary
people are
birth.
transgender.
Let's go.
Yes, it's like squares and
Okay, so-
rectangles. You gotta get the ordering right if you're gonna say all as one.
Oh, okay, so that's where I was confused.
Holy
You're,
fuck, dude.
By definition of being non-binary, you're transgender.
Yes.
What makes you non-binary?
Like I said,
Yeah.
it's a self-perception. It has to do with one's gender identity, which is your psychosocial relationship to this social phenomenon of gender. So if you're somebody who sees yourself as falling outside of this societal notion of man or woman, then you identify that way, then that would be what a non-binary person is.
How do you see yourself that way? How could you feel that you're that way? What is that feeling coming from? How do you know that you feel that
For
way?
me personally, I just see myself as not entirely man or woman.
So the
And,
problem is,
I
feel
obviously
really
see
bad
myself
whenever
as
I like
kind
pull
of
up
more
some
on
of
the
these
feminine
content
side
on
of
stream, and I go like 4 minutes without saying anything. But then also, they're not even debating anything. Nothing is like a contention right now. It's just Naomi explaining the most obvious points in the world to somebody. Just like explaining what non-binary people are to somebody who is clearly not grasping the concept very well. And that's kind of surprising to me, because it seems like all of Nightmare Neil's channel is being like insanely obsessive about transgender people. Like in my mind, if you deal with a talking point constantly, you like constantly talk about something to death, surely you get like at least a little bit knowledgeable in what that thing is. Like, I can't imagine spending like hours of my life talking about how like gay people are bad and then like not knowing what a gay person is. Like, I couldn't imagine doing that. So when you see some people on the right who are like vehemently against these ideas and then have no idea what the fuck they're against, it's pretty goddamn funny to me. Because I don't know how you get to that point. I don't even know how you let yourself go that badly. Like intellectually, I don't know how you get that lost. Like, you're confused. You don't know where the fuck you are. You don't even know what you're arguing against. How can you be against something when you don't even know what it is?
things, but just not entirely woman. And so I would say that I'm a non-binary person.
Are you judging that based off how feminine you are and masculine you are? Is that how you figure so?
That certainly can fall into kind of how people might perceive themselves as non-binary, but it doesn't necessarily have to. There are absolutely non-binary people who are very feminine. There are absolutely non-binary people who are very masculine. But rather, the core part of being non-binary would be viewing oneself, particularly not entirely as a man or a woman. It's your own psychological state in relation to these social categories of man and women, which broadly exist in society.
You know, I really haven't watched your channel. Someone suggested you to me, so I don't really know. I know some people, they may agree with certain things, so I'm going to ask you.
Oh my god, bro!
What's your views on certain
failed
certain
gamer?
things?
Yeah,
Literally,
get
dude.
into
I'm
it.
so
Alright,
bad at
so-
video games. Holy shit!
What are your pronouns?
I use she, they pronouns.
Do you think it's disrespectful for me to call you him or he?
Yeah, I would say that's disrespectful.
Why is it disrespectful?
It's the same reason why if somebody had like a nickname and they really wanted you to call them that nickname, but you insisted on not calling them that nickname, it'd be kind of weird or disrespectful. Say you have somebody who, the name on their birth certificate is Jonathan, but they're like, I don't really resonate with Jonathan all that much. I'd really rather just be called John. And if you are somebody that, they tell you, hey, I'd like to go by John, yet you go out of your way to call them Jonathan, then, why aren't you respecting their nickname? It seems just disrespectful and unproductive. Yeah, I don't really see any reason why
You see
you
the
shouldn't
frustration on my
respect
face?
their
Yeah, 'cause I'm
nickname, John.
mad.
Don't
I'm
you think
actually
that's
so
not-
ass mad.
For example,
I
I'm
actually
okay
hate.
with calling you
I hate.
Naomi.
I'm so ass
because
mad.
Naomi is a name that can be changed. That to me would be considered non-binary. A person can change their name. right?
Yeah.
But
Did someone
don't
changing
you
their name
think
could be
that
considered
as
non-binary,
I'm
guys? Holy
conservative, so
shit,
don't you
dude.
think as conservatives we have a point when we say, oh, you can't change your sex, so we're going to
Well, we're not talking about changing your sex. We're talking about changing your pronouns. Pronouns are words, just like names. So that's why it's more analogous to changing a name than it is to say changing your sex.
Right, but we use pronouns to identify your sex.
I would disagree with that. So,
Okay.
If you're thinking about biological sex, would you base that on someone's genitals or chromosomes?
Mm-hmm.
So if you say see a woman in the store,
bro.
and
I'm
you're
actually
like,
so
oh, look
fucking
at that
acid
woman
trash,
over
man.
there, she's very
I'm gonna
pretty,
move over
for
to Wizard
example.
101 if I
You
keep
didn't
losing
look
in
at
this
her
game, dude.
chromosomes.
I'm actually
to
just
know
gonna
that she's a
fucking
she.
quit.
You didn't look
I'm
at
just
her
gonna quit.
genitals to know that she's
I give
a
up.
she. You observe her social presentation. You observe perhaps some, secondary external sex characteristics, ones that transsexual people can indeed change. If we're basing, it really doesn't seem that we're basing pronouns in some kind of genital or chromosomal sex.
Play
Rather, they're
WoW
much
instead,
more
dude.
at the social
I
level.
literally don't
We-
have
we,
fucking
assign
World of
pronouns to
Warcraft.
people based off of
No,
how we
never.
get a kind of social read of them, of their presentation, of perhaps some of their external bodily features. I think it's just kind of silly to say that if I call someone a she, then I am referring to either the fact that they have a vagina or their capacity to give birth or 2X chromosomes or whatever. You just don't know that about the people that you call she in your everyday life.
The way that someone present themselves is a good identifier
Holy shit,
to
dude.
what they
Holy
are,
shit, bro.
what their sex is, correct?
I would certainly say that it's strongly correlated, but it's not a one-to-one relationship, as is shown by the existence of, say, transgender people, intersex people, transsexual people. Obviously there's going to be that very strong
So this is
correlation, and
actually
nobody's
a
denying
really
that.
big
But, if
issue,
you're
I
going to
think,
insist that I can only ever use she,
Okay, this is actually a really big issue with conservatives, okay? So I'll see conservatives all of the time call non-binary or what do you call not non-binary transgender people. I'll hear them call them delusional, and the false belief they'll state is that they somehow have some kind of false perception on what is a woman, right? So with definitions, I don't believe definitions are propositions that we make, right? You have to add something else to a claim of a definition to make it a propositional thing. So, for example, here'd be this is a non-propositional statement that I'm going to say, okay? Pencil. Pencil is non-propositional. That can't hold a truth or a false value. I'm not making a proposition about the world with that. But if I were to say, for example, that my proposition is there is a pencil in my hand, that can have truth value. That's making a claim about something. There's a distinction between those two different statements. So I don't think definitions, one would be propositional, because we just create categories. For example, I can create a category of me and everybody else who is not me, right? Or I can create a category of me and everything that is green. And that is a consistent category. And it's a true category and it exists, but it just doesn't serve much purpose, right? So when conservatives will say things like trans people are delusional because of the definition, they're either saying one or two things. They're saying that the definition is propositional, which I don't think they're saying. Or two, they're saying they're delusional about the way that people use the given definition or use the given word. Because I can make claims about the ways that people use words, and that can be a proposition. But whenever conservatives say things like, oh, whenever we're saying woman, what we're saying is somebody is an adult human female. Well, that's not really the case. Because whenever you describe people as a woman, you're not looking at the sex organs they have. Or you're not scanning their chromosomes. You're not doing that. What you're doing is you're taking a look at the way that they present in the given social role and categorizing them as that in your head. That's what you're using it for. And even if you have knowledge of certain given things, the way that people use the word woman is going to correlate with that more so than their sex. So, for example, right, if you were to see Blair White at a coffee shop, right? And you get there late and you both have to go to a table. Let's say you're dating Blair White or some shit, okay? And you go over there, would you say to the person who's at the counter, would you say, oh yeah, can you see me with the man that came in here recently? Or would you say, could you see me with the woman? It's you'd obviously say the woman. You'd sound delusional if you said otherwise. Even if you know for a fact that this person is not assigned that sex at birth, you would know that would come off as fucking crazy, because that's not how actual normal people use the fucking word. So I would argue that conservatives are delusional in the way that they understand the word to be used and the claims they make about how it's descriptively used. Or if they're making a prescription, how it should be prescriptively used, because I think people can also be delusional about ethics. But yeah, like I think it's actually like fucking crazy when people have this like, oh, we call people women based on their sex. I think it's a fucking crazy thing to say.
For somebody who has chromosomes and the biological capacity to give birth, for example, well then under that definition, there would be plenty of intersex women who I'm pretty sure you and I would both consider women based off of how they look, based off of their lived experience, based off of most of their biology, yet they would not meet that biological criteria. Are we supposed to not call them she anymore?
When it comes to intersex people, they make up less than a fraction of the population, right? They don't have a choice. You know, it's a medical
Oh my
condition.
god!
So
I also hate this argument. I actually hate this argument so much too. Where they're like, "Oh, but my definition is consistent because the parts that it doesn't make up, they're actually a small minority of the population." Yeah. Definitions encapsulate everything that's in a set. Everything, not a certain percentage of things to meet a threshold. What defines a set is going to be everything that is contained within the set, and it's going to be a necessary or sufficient conditions in order to meet the given set. So saying that like it's a small percentage of the population that doesn't fit into your given set, well then you're just saying that like your set's pretty good. It's a pretty good descriptor of the things that make up that set. However, it is not a descriptor of the things that make up that set because you agree that there are things in that set that aren't meeting the criteria that you've listed.
People aren't a good, example for someone being trans because
aren't we talking about the exceptional case? I obviously agree that in at least 98% of cases, there's going to be that correlation between one's gender, the way they present themselves, and, the biological sex that they were assigned at birth. Right now, we're kind of talking about those exceptional cases or those edge cases where it's like, okay, say we're looking at that about 2% of the population where it's not that perfect correlation. How are we supposed to determine their pronouns then? And when we're talking about these exceptional cases, I think that intersex is absolutely applicable. Both intersex and trans people are those exceptional cases.
Right. Intersex people, they just want to be normal, right? They just want to...
What do you mean by normal?
They wish that they weren't intersex.
That's want to be true. Actually, there are plenty of intersex people who celebrate how they're unique in being intersex and think that it's fascinating and that they love being between the sexes. That's how their body naturally was supposed to be. That's how their genes naturally made them. And I think that intersex people should absolutely be celebrated for that very reason. There are many intersex conditions that, don't require any kind of extra medical intervention to live a normal, happy, healthy life. And so,
Holy shit, bro.
I don't think that intersex is just something that we're supposed to
Holy shit, bro.
correct, because there are plenty of intersex people that love their intersex bodies, and we should celebrate those.
Being intersex is a medical condition, right? It isn't the normality, so it's not normal. And most intersex...
Once again, we're not talking about the normal case. We're talking about that 2%, right?
That's what I'm saying. Most intersex people,
they
don't want to be intersex.
Nightmare Neil?
They wish that they could be. They wish that they could be either or.
What's your source on that? Have you seen any kind of survey or study on intersex people that says that most intersex people don't want to be intersex? Where's your source on that?
Well, I have a question for you. Do you think that most conjoined twins like to be joined together?
I'm not sure. I think you have to ask them.
Right. They don't. Most people don't want to have a medical condition.
Do you have a source on that? Did we ask intersex people if they like being intersex?
We ask them every day. If you go on YouTube, you'll see a lot of intersex people crying and just so sad about having to have both genitalia and not to knowing where they lie. Not to knowing.
So what's your source?
My source is people don't like to be fucked up. That's my source.
So I personally know intersex people that love their intersex bodies. If your source is, I've just heard that some intersex people don't like being intersex, I know some intersex people that love being intersex.
Of course,
that doesn't really paint a complete picture. Now, if you do have statistics or studies which show that most intersex people don't want to be intersex, I would love to see that.
Oh my god,
but you just asserted that without any evidence. Isn't that a little bit disingenuous?
No, because I know human nature.
Holy shit, dude.
Is it a little bit disingenuous to think that most people like to be fucked up? You know that
well, here's the thing. I don't think that intersex people are fucked up. I think that that's how their bodies just naturally are. And your appeal to this common human nature is an appeal to your own personal feelings. And look, I just think that the facts about how intersex people actually report their satisfaction in studies and research matters more than your feelings about whether or not intersex people are fucked up. Why are you putting your feelings above the facts?
No, it's a scientific fact that they're fucked up. If
it's a scientific fact, can you point to any kind of study or data which would show that most intersex people don't want to be intersex? Of
course, I can send you that after the show, but what I'm saying is this.
If you have a study, I would love to see.
Here's the weird thing. It doesn't even fucking matter. It literally doesn't matter if Nightmare Neil is correct and most people don't want to be intersex. I would say it probably would be fairly likely that a lot of them wouldn't want to be, but it doesn't fucking matter to the point. Like if his point is, oh, most intersex people don't want to be intersex, and that's why we determine their pronouns to be what they want them to be. Well, with the same thing would go to transgender people, right? Most transgender people don't want to be the sex they were assigned at birth, right? All of them do, actually. Definitionally, they all do. So that seems like a really good reason to follow through that logic, to like follow that to the end of its natural conclusion, and just start calling transgender people by their preferred pronouns. But hey, you know, you'd have to think about your argument for like more than 2 seconds to get to that conclusion. So like I don't think Nightmare Neil's got that on.
I'm happy to cite.
I don't think he's got it on lock, dude.
We can disagree with this, right? But being intersex is a mutation. That's a scientific fact. You go anywhere.
There's nothing necessarily wrong with a mutation. Many mutations are actually helpful or completely benign, as are many intersex conditions.
I agree with you, but being intersex is not benign. That's a huge situation.
Wait, you don't think that being intersex is completely benign?
No.
What about
That's
what about
terrible.
a condition such as Klinefelter's, where their life expectancy is just about the same as somebody who is not intersex? There is no kind of medical intervention which is necessary on people that have Klinefelter's, and their life expectancies turn out to
Holy
be
shit, bro.
just normal. So
That's
how
even more-
is that something that is harmful?
That's even more rare. What I'm talking about is
Klinefelter's is not as rare as you think, but here's the thing. You're trying to paint this picture of like all intersex people want to not be intersex without any proof, and now you're saying that like, oh, intersex is always going to be harmful without proof, when I'm showing you that yes, there do exist intersex conditions that don't require any medical intervention and that they live normal, happy, healthy lives. You know, I just hope that we can
What am
not
I supposed
make
to
these
do?
kind of,
Like, literally, what the fuck am I supposed to do at
absolutes
the end of this
when
level,
they're
guys?
just not true, like what you're doing.
I didn't say all. I say most. I'm pretty sure there's some intersex people, like you said,
Is
that
Nightmare
are
Neil
happy to
running?
be
Is he unironically? Has he like posted something on Twitter where he's like, I'm not debating this guy? Hold on. All my Twitter notifications are filled with people calling me an egg right now. Can somebody link me the tweet? Oh shit. Oh shit, dude. Oh shit. Oh no, guys, no. No, Bowen's tweeted Nightmare Neil saying that like he's late to the debate, and Neil blocked him. Neil immediately blocked him. Okay. Why am my phone going off on stream? Hold on, guys, give me 1 second. I gotta take this. So I had to really quickly take a call. No. Oh my god, dude. He's actually running. An egg? Yeah, an egg is like somebody who's like trans, but they don't know that they're trans. Or like they're not out as trans. That's the meme. Some people are like in my replies saying that I'm like a child. Like they're just calling me like, show your birth certificate. Like, do I need to? I will post my fucking ID on like twitter.com, okay? I will censor out the of like relevant information. I'll only post my birth date, okay? So Neil went out of their way to block Bones over getting tweeted saying that they had a scheduled conversation and they ducked out of it. They went out of their way to block Bones, and they've also, before our debate, blocked me. Dude, he's actually so scared. He's running. No. Nightmare Neil, no. You can't run away from the debate. You're supposed to be like the debate god Nightmare Neil. What the hell, dude? Bro, I'm so upset. I was so excited to debate this guy. I was so ready. I was so ready for the Nightmare Neil debate, guys. And he just goes out and he blocks everybody. He doesn't want to have the conversation. Nightmare Neil forfeits the debate. Holy shit, dude. Esky Bunk. He's scared of the bunk power. That's actually so true, dude. He's actually running. He's actually unironically running. This is like the second time I've had someone run from a debate over the last like 48 hours. I'm actually so sad. Dude, we scheduled this debate on like the 15th. He's had like a week to prepare, and he just backs out like last minute. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. That's brutal. That is so brutal. Oh boy. Can we all get an F in chat for Nightmare Neil? Everybody spam F in chat for Nightmare Neil. Debate God dethroned today. F in chat for Nightmare Neil, guys. We all were expecting Nightmare Neil to come through with the debate performance and to epically debunk my transgender ideology. And he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. He got cold feet. So brutal, dude. So brutal. Oh, so there's no doubt about it, by the way. I'll literally just show our DMs on stream. So these are our DMs. Hello, does tomorrow, later tomorrow night sound good for you? EST, out with my partner until then. Yeah, EST would be like 11:30 or later, because I have a chat, the former Killstream host Flamenco before that. Subs aren't online at that time. I usually do 4 to 6 p.m. and day after. Probably can't do that. Taking a trip with my cousin then. Can you do the 21st though? Okay, the 21st at 5 p.m. That's 5 p.m. EST. Yep, sounds good. And that was the scheduled time. That was the scheduled time. He just ducked out. The coward. The absolute coward. Oh boy, dude. We're pressing F for Nightmare Neil. We're pressing F to signify his dignity. We're paying respects. We're paying respects to the ancestors of Nightmare Neil. His father's dead honor. Okay? Oh no. That's so bad. I can't believe he'd do that. I can't believe he'd do such a thing. That's brutal, dude. Okay. Well, that sucks, doesn't it? Isn't that disappointing? I was so ready to have the conversation with him. The point we were going to be contesting was I think we were probably at some point going to get on to whether trans women are women. And the other thing we were going to contest is there's some kind of biological distinction to be made between trans women and cis men. And the distinction to be made, obviously, would be a neurological distinction. That's going to be your biological distinction. Every single preference that you're going to have is going to come from your mind. I can't think of a single preference that would come from, like, your fucking toe or some shit like that, dude. His father would have demolished Bunk. His father would have gone through with it. He would have epically owned me. His bloodline dies with him. After this, he's going to have to commit, like, an honorable suicide in order to make up for it. Does Stream Chat filter out links? It does. Actually, hold on. Let me switch it to live chat real quick. It does filter out links, but you can actually just send it to me. You could send it to me either at DMs or you can link it in the Discord server that I have down below, and then you can post it there. But I don't allow links in my chat because people have tried to, like, link to doc spins and things like that. I'm not for that. That's kind of like AIDS. That's kind of super AIDS. I couldn't do the debate, like, earlier on with Neil because I was out with a sexual partner of mine, Clancy, at that time. And then later on, I invited them to have a conversation with me the day later. It was too late for him. So we pushed it. We pushed it all the way back to now. I've been anticipating the debate for like a week. For like a week, dude. And I got, like, owned. You got any other debates planned? I do have a debate coming up with the on the Crucibles panel show about, it was supposed to be about whether women should just stay at home and raise kids, which is, like, the super obvious response is there's no necessarily good thing biologically to, like, women raising kids. Women should be able to raise kids if they want to. Making that prescription's like saying you should eat, like, chocolate ice cream even if you don't want to. People should be allowed to do what they desire to do. That was the big line. That was what it's going to go with. There's a lot of data to back up the stance that, like, women don't have some kind of necessary advantage to, like, raising kids or some shit. And then the other, that got pushed back. They knocked me off. They said that, hey, they wanted more woman debaters on the panel. And I responded with, obviously, women are terrible at debates, but whatever. You can just boom me back. What's the next topic you want me to go on? So we're going to go on for fat shaming is the next one. Whether fat shaming is something that we should prescribe. What else? What else are we doing? Oh, I had a debate with some Twitter person named Fat Cat. They were supposed to debate Synth, like, I think it was yesterday or the day before that. And then they didn't show up to the Synth debate. So then I offered them a debate with me and taking in place of Synth because me and Synth have the same arguments surrounding veganism. It's like the exact same fucking line. And Synth didn't want to do the debate because they already backed out of a debate with them. Why the hell would they waste their time? So Synth gave me the debate, and Synth was like, oh yeah, you can go do this. So I contacted them. They agreed to the debate with me. And then they back out. Then they back out. Again, for a second time. They backed out of the second debate. Did Fat Cat troll you? Oh yeah, epically. I got epically trolled by Fat Cat. And then, what was the other thing? What was the other thing I have scheduled? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think really hard. I don't know if we have any other ones that come to mind. I don't think there's anything else that comes to mind. He trolls a lot of people. I don't think you're like epically trolling me by agreeing to a debate and then saying like, I'm not going to debate. Well, are you gonna debate Spondyle? Spondyle and all of his people, like all the people who's like Spondyle, will never have a conversation with me. None of these people will ever talk to me, dude. And the reason they'll never talk to me is because like all the points are god awful. I wouldn't do that either. I wouldn't have a conversation with me either if I had these terrible points. But they'll like try and take pot shots at me on Twitter, and then like they'll try and like argue with me on like twitter.com. I'll maybe go back and forth with them for a little bit, but they'll never have a conversation with me on stream because they're gonna get like obliterated in that format. Like obviously they will be, because it's really hard to bullshit about what you know when you're on live stream. It's really hard to like start Googling things while you're streaming, while you're live with somebody. While in the case of like Twitter, you can kind of like bullshit a little bit more about what you know and elongate conversations for longer than they need to be. A like 2-hour long conversation on Twitter is like a 30-minute exchange or like not even 30 minutes, probably like a 20-minute exchange in VC at most. Like I don't have the desire to argue with people on Twitter. Twitter is a terrible platform, okay? I've never have liked arguing with people on Twitter. The only purpose that Twitter serves at all is to get people riled up with your takes and then bring them on and argue with them on a platform that isn't terrible. Every single person who spends their day arguing on Twitter has done nothing with their life. They're all losers. They're all probably fat, and they probably don't do anything with their day-to-day life. They don't have a job. They most certainly are. If they're in school, they're probably failing. And they should be spending less time on Twitter. Debating those Twitter spaces, I've tried to. The big problem with Twitter spaces, they've kind of fallen off super hard recently. I used to go into some Twitter spaces and debate with people who like were popular political Twitter accounts and just like run through those debates. Those were like a lot of practice for me earlier on, but they're not being run as often as they used to be. And it's actually really hard to have like to get it like recorded or like live stream, because when I live stream and I like try and put up BlueStacks in order to like emulate a phone and then use that to talk with people. What is it? Whenever you go and you like play on a phone or what fuck, dude, when you try to emulate a phone, all right, it just doesn't work. The entire thing just like breaks audio wise. I called you poor on Twitter and you just said, wow, you definitely don't care, and then you never replied. No, if people like go at me on Twitter, sometimes I'll like make fun of them, but like I won't go back and forth with people about actual points for more than 20 minutes. I do not have the tolerance. I don't have the patience that I used to for twitter.com. I just don't. But if you're on my Twitter and you're calling me poor and then you're watching my live streams, it sounds like Twitter's doing pretty well in getting people to watch my content. That's kind of the point of it, isn't it? So thanks, bud. The internet would be better if Twitter, Reddit, 4chan, and Kiwi Farms never existed. So true, dude. The internet would be better if people had less, like, just text formats in general. Text formats are awful. They're just always awful. Everybody who uses text formats are awful. Every single conversation that's happened on them is awful. Nobody gets anything productive done on Reddit, Twitter, 4chan, Kiwi Farms. Never. Not a single conversation has been better off because it was on one of those platforms. Not one. People are way too comfortable saying retard shit on all of those platforms because you don't have to say it out loud, right? You can just type it out. You never have to hear your stupid arguments said out loud. Never have they ever been verbalized, right? So you can be comfortable spewing the dumbest shit that humanity has ever seen. it's in a terrible place. All right, I will never argue with people for elongated times on any of these platforms. Never. All right, I used to do it. Never again. My life has been substantially, noticeably better because I have cut that out of my life. All right, I've had more time to do things I actually enjoy, have conversations with people on formats that aren't garbage and like terrible. I will never have conversations with people that span more than like 20 minutes on these things. Never. All right, they take too long, you get too little done, and it's just too dumb. All right, it's too dumb for me. But yeah, dude. So I don't know, dude. The Spawn Dial stuff, I've argued with Spawn Dial a billion times. Spawn Dial has not done well in even Twitter disputes a billion times. And if he's not willing to come on stream, I'm not willing to like engage with him anymore. He just kind of shit posts about like how Ask Medi is that I exist, and that's how it's gonna be. I'm gonna leave it be there for the rest of eternity. Okay. Spawn Dial is not getting Twitter replies from me anymore. He does like sometimes at me he added me in like a group chat the other day. I just started being really mean, but like no, I'm not doing the debates on things that actually matter on Twitter. No, that's a recipe for disaster every single time. Bones of Doom messaged me. Oh boy. Somebody linked this tweet to me. Hey, I heard that Nightmare Neil was going to debate bunk politics today. Neil, can you please destroy the trans ideology? That bunk guy seems really confident. Please, Nightmare Neil, destroy the trans ideology for us. Please. Please, epically own me in the debate, Nightmare Neil. I'm waiting. Gotta put Boblax out of business if people stop arguing on Twitter. That's actually true, dude. Maybe people should argue on Twitter solely so Boblax doesn't like go into like destitution. So he's still got money. But I will not be one of those people arguing on Twitter. I don't care. A guy named Barone. Normalize discrimination. Discrimination is sometimes okay. Probably not like racial discrimination. That's probably bad. But like sometimes it's okay to discriminate against people. And most of the time, is solely on the basis that people are dumb. Okay? I will discriminate who I'm willing to talk to on Twitter based on how dumb they are. Actually, that's something that is true. I say I don't go like back and forth with people on Twitter like for more than like 20 minutes. I will do that. Solely, I'll go for like longer if the person isn't brain damaged. But so many people on Twitter, I have such a low opinion of them and their ability to engage with arguments. So if I'm having a conversation with somebody on Twitter and they're just constantly gonna be ducking out of arguments and it's gonna take really, really long, I'll just be like, just have a call with me, dude. I like hate this. Like I'll have text conversations with somebody like Mouthy Infidel for like a prolonged period of time on like Discord. We'll be like both watching something. We'll be on like a Discord stage like we were the other day, and then we'll have like a conversation over text. But I'm not gonna spend the time that I am typing things out because I hate typing primarily, and I hate long conversations. So I'm not gonna spend that time that I'm typing and having a long conversation with somebody who isn't like at least a little bit more intelligent than me. Like I'm not gonna have a conversation with a brain damaged retard. Brion was looking for a skate. Who is this Brion person? I know like. What is this? The Kumo guy linked me his guy's stuff or whatever. Or he linked me a video on him. Who is this person? What do they do? How do they have 161k subscribers and like under 1,000 views on one video? Dude, how do you have this? How do you have these stats? Wait, hold on. How do you even like my channel's I'm fairly not active on YouTube, but like how are you pulling like 1,000 viewers with that many subscribers? How are you doing that? I'm not gonna say like he's sub bots, but these are like really ass views. Like a month ago, getting like 3k views on a video when you've got that many subscribers is so bad. Like somebody I don't know, dude. That seems kind of brutal. I don't know, has this person done anything like super wrong? Wait, hold on. What's the Kumo Brion? Okay. Let's take a look. I need to know now.
There are pedophiles in
Oh, he's a pedophile. Oh, well, that explains it, doesn't it? This guy's a pedophile. Epic, dude. That's so epic. There are allegations saying that he's a pedophile. Oh my god, dude. Hold on. Let's look at this guy's social blade real quick. I'm not a shit on this guy. Sub growth seems kind of constant, but then like, holy hell, bro. That is over a couple of months. Christ, what happened in the month of August? It looks like the video views also spiked then. So it might not be sub botting. It might just be a lot of people subscribing for like one good video and then like just dipping. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. So this was in the month of August. Hold on. Breon's channel. Month of August. What did this guy do?
So
in
first it's
August?
ISO speed abusing the copyright.
Oh my god, his voice is killing me. It's like knives in my ears. Much of small knives poking at me. Where are his like huge views? Where was he getting like a ton of views? That's like 19K. Oh, what did he like blow up over the Jade Animation stuff? No, even all of this doesn't seem that good. Yeah, I don't know how you get these numbers off of this. Like a third of people who watch this would have to subscribe or some like insane shit like that. Like, how does that even happen, bro? How does that happen? I'm not gonna say this guy's sub-botting, but like that's a little bit yikes. He literally reached 100K and become a pedophile. But isn't that like what every single YouTuber does? Something they like all reach 100K and they just start like raping children left and right. I feel like it's a requirement for being a YouTuber that you have to like be into kids. At least like a little bit, you know? Wow, you're a clout demon whore. So true, dude. True. Real. Real, dude. That's so real. Dude, I'm clout chasing off of the person who's getting 1K views on videos whenever they have like 100 times that. I'm clout chasing so hard right now. I'm clout chasing so hard, dude. God, I want this guy's active and thrilling audience. The one thing that's kind of interesting about this data to me is you see like a huge spike in views, but I can't find it anywhere. Like I can't find it in this shit. Like where are the videos that have these like this surplus in viewership? I'm just not finding it. You get like 20 views out. I get like 20 live viewers with a channel that is significant. If you actually want to look at it like percentage wise, I get more viewership on each of my videos than Breon does. Out of like percentage of subscribers, I get like at least, I have 1,000 subscribers. Each of my videos range about 200 views. Around that in like a day. About 200 views is what you're going to be seeing on most of my videos. So if I've got like 2K subscribers and I'm getting like 200 views a video, that's like 1/10 of my subscriber base. Breon is getting less than 1/10 of that. He's getting less than 1/10 of that. And also, they're mostly active viewers of my channel. Bunk First Nation with the fried flags. Let's go. When you judge someone's YouTube channel, you don't judge it off of just the subscribers that they get. When you're judging someone's YouTube channel, you're going to be at least looking at like how many subscribers, how active are your subscribership? Whenever you like have this, what do you call it? This attention on you. How many of these people are actually watching for you? And how many of them are like returning to your channel? Or if you're like a news channel, how well are you at like finding these stories and like using those to grow your platform? And I don't know, dude. This just seems like really brutal. I don't really care about numbers though. But like if we want to compare numbers, it's kind of ads. What I am saying is I don't know how your channel gets like that. It doesn't make him like a worse person for it. I think he's a worse person because allegedly he's a pedophile, right? I'm just saying that like that's a little yikes, dude. I'm in a hour-long hit piece and Mr. Shen reacted to it. Still waiting for it to crack 1K, but after that, it's gonna spread. Holy shit, dude! Is this like a really good hit piece? Hold on. Do I have permission to react to your hit piece on live stream, Kumo? Can I like watch this just like in its entirety? Or is that like yikes for you? Can I just like watch this shit? Because I actually want to know. I want to know about like this guy and like all the pedophilia he gets into. Yes, sir. All right, let's do
There
this
are
shit.
pedophiles in the Minecraft community. There are pedophiles in the Minecraft community. There are pedophiles in the Minecraft
Okay.
community.
Yep. There definitely are.
Welcome back, ladies and ladies with dicks. How's your day going? How are you doing? I don't care. But once again, welcome back to another video. As you could see from the title and thumbnail,
There are pedophiles in the Minecraft community.
I decided I'd give Brion a day to shit out a panic response, and I'm sticking to that. So this is a day later. But for those of you who don't know, I made a video talking about a major commentary issue. It was a video on both Jaden and Brion here, and Brion
they, like,
didn't seem to
both
like it
pedophiles,
very
or
much.
what?
Fast forward a week later, Brion made a community tab post of Dream, who, yeah, it does look like Lord Farquaad, and I decided to comment on it. My comment said, yeah, Dream ugly, but you look like every fish with glasses from SpongeBob. To which Brion followed up with something about my videos being bad, and below that was a link to a Twitter thread he had made. So let's go ahead and take a look at this Twitter thread.
Coming from the same guy who can't do decent research for his videos. Guy literally took info from an Indian website showing some fake-ass person who the site claims to be Meowba, Lamau. Literally blurred the pictures of the real Meowba in his video, despite the website having it. I know this guy is small, but imagine if this guy was a big creator. Like, I know for a fact the guy spun and used the website for context towards his video, despite it totally being misinforming.
No, this is a super dead fan base, dude. This is 4 hours ago. This is his main Twitter. He's made a tweet 4 hours ago. This guy's got 100K. No, 100. What is it, 160K on YouTube? And he's getting like 0 likes a tweet? That's brutal.
Try and bring me down. What a loser. And also,
goddamn.
I have to bring up how bad of a source this website is. It had some weird ass domain name, talks about the topic, and redirects you to a totally different article in the middle of reading. And do we even have to question the ads? Like, do better, bro. Stop promoting misinfo.
I don't know about the whole bad source part, because I dare you to look this up for yourself, and I'll even show you on screen here. Every single search result, when you look up how old is Meowba or Meowba age, every search result has the same consistent answer of 15-year-old girl from or living in California. You know what? I'll give you this, Brion. I thought I did the required amount of research, but I decided I'll take your word on this. I dug deeper, and you want to know what I found?
Go back to another video. So today I wanted to come on here to talk about something that has to do with the recent Meowba drama that I've been thrown into. And I will be talking about that more tomorrow on my stream at 10 p.m. So make sure you're there, because it would really suck if you weren't there, because then you would have no clue what is going on. But yeah, besides that, let's get into what I'm talking about today. This topic has to do with allegations. Now, if you guys don't know what allegations are, according to Google, they are a claim or assertion that someone has done something illegal or wrong, typically one made without proof. Now, keep the last part there in mind.
Well, I'll debate him if he's like done something really bad, and it's like, and he's like defending it. Like, maybe then, but like, I don't know, dude. Maybe if he's just like confirmed pedophile, it's like, what do we talk about? Like, dude, it's bad to rape kids, and they're just gonna be like, no, it's actually good to rape kids.
You're watching
like,
this whole video
where do we go with that conversation?
is because I wanted to spread more awareness around about the fact that Meowba was making minors cut themselves for Discord roles in her Discord server.
Now, I will say Meowba's probably not the best person to try and get to help these people, but at the very least, you shouldn't encourage these people to cut themselves for Discord roles. It doesn't matter if they're gonna do it anyway. It doesn't matter if they're gonna do it in other servers, because they're doing it in your server because you told them to.
You know, last I checked, the only proof that she was making them is... Oh, okay. I guess they don't actually have proof that Meowba was soliciting this, so that kind of means their claims are dog shit right now, right? And in the screenshot that they're even using as evidence, the guy asks, why did you reward so-and-so and 3 other underage girls with special roles for cutting your name in their arms? The key word in this sentence being, why did you reward? So what's actually happening here is Meowba was encouraging this behavior. No, they were reinforcing the behavior.
We're gonna talk about it at the end of this video.
Okay, dog. That doesn't really matter that much. All right. If you have, so let's say, okay, that there's like there's a distinction he's making here. Okay, that there's let's say that I encourage somebody. I say, if you cut yourself, I'm going to give you $100, okay? That's going to be really bad. If I go around my community and I give people $100 to cut themselves, that's a bad thing to do. I shouldn't do that, right? Because it encourages people to go out and to cut themselves, right? It's a bad thing to do. I think we all agree that's a bad thing to do. The distinction that Kumo is making here is that instead of me saying that if they cut themselves, I'm going to give them $100, they cut themselves, and then I end up giving them $100 anyway. I didn't tell them that I was going to give it to them. I just do it anyway. And it's also happened repeatedly, and I'm assuming that it's known throughout the server. Is there really a big distinction to be made there? I don't know, dude. That seems like we're splitting hairs pretty heavily. I feel like we're really splitting hairs there. I don't think I make a big distinction between those two. If I give somebody, if I solicit something from somebody, and also if I have a habit of encouraging it, there's no difference between those two things. There's nothing. They're both really bad. They're basically the same shit. I don't know, dude.
Now, let me just give you a little bit of context of why we're talking about allegations today, and why it has to deal with Meowba. So, Meowba on her old Instagram account, she used to go by the name Peachy Cub. This is her old Instagram. You guys will hear more about this tomorrow. Meowba decided to post some stories making some false allegations up about me and some of the people I've been working with on this whole situation. And this account has been inactive since 2020, and after I posted some TikTok videos that actually blew up with over 1 million views on them, Meowba decided to go back to that account and defend herself because I talked about her docs in my TikTok videos. And essentially what she's trying to do is
did this person get face docs and they just put the face docs in their videos? Dude, holy shit, bro. Oh my god, I hope to god they didn't do that. That looks so bad. This person got doxxed. Here's their full name. Here's what they look like. Here's their address in case you want to send them some love. Come on, dude. Woo, that's not good.
Peachy Cub is an innocent person, and Peachy Cub is a separate person, and it's not Meowbot. There's two people in the situation. That's what Meowbot is trying to make it look like. But that indeed is not true. You will hear more about this tomorrow. And she is using this technique, if we want to call it that, to try and make it look like she was not the one who got doxxed. But she is the one who got doxxed. And there is only one person in this situation. Peachy Cub
is Why are you trying to confirm somebody's dox? Why are you, as a commentary YouTuber, ever trying to make sure that somebody got doxxed? There is no usefulness in confirming that somebody's address that got leaked is actually their address. There is nothing to gain from that, except for if you want people to be able to go out and harass them to give them more certainty if they're actually doing so correctly. There is no reason to be doing this. This is actually, insanely disgusting. That's, ridiculous to me. There, under no circumstance should you ever go out and try and confirm that somebody's dox is actually them. That sounds terrible. Because what do you have to gain from that? What do you actually have to gain from making a video where you're oh yeah, by the way, this person who allegedly got doxxed, I did the deep diving for you guys, the viewers, and it's their real address. It is actually their address. What? Are you crazy? By the way, there are rumors about Kumo about him getting some girl to cut their fucking username into their. Hold on, do we do this? Holy shit! Okay. Where'd you send this to me? Lol, bro, what the fuck? Can I even show that on YouTube? Surely I can, right? That's who cares? Does anyone care? Hold on. Do we have to do a trigger warning for this? Do we have to do a trigger warning for the imagery? Hold on. Actually, I'll just pull it up on my show. I'm going to pull it up, and you guys are going to be able to see it, okay? That's what we're going to do. I'm just going to read out the screenshots, and you guys are going to have to believe me because these are not censored. This is just straight up. Like a girl's leg with the shit cut into it. I can actually just censor the screenshots while I'm reading off the tweets, though. I can do that. Okay. Thread. 1 out of 3. Audits the YouTuber Kumo, who enjoys twisting stories, has admitted to receiving cut side from an e-girl who at the time was mentally unstable and tried to play it off as a morally right thing to do. No normal individual tells e-girls to cut themselves, whether are they really just going to cut it off? Whether they're going to do it regardless or not, actually 764 type beat, brah, lol. Can we appreciate the language that they're talking about what is a supposedly serious allegation? Type beat shit, brah, lol. Try going after fellow commentary YouTuber, calling them weird when they legit admitted that you had an e-girl cut your name into her thigh. Anybody you go after would do anything like that. It doesn't surprise me if there's many odd individuals like that out there. 764, etc. As an influencer, being odd like this is a no-no. Hey man, bet you want to join an extortion group? Don't throw stones at a glass house, bro. Looking stupid. Trying a guilt trip. What? Okay, hold on. And I'm gonna read off these screenshots that are attached to it. Apparently these are Discord logs. Hold on. I still got cut sign, man. Can you show me the cut sign? I won't leak it. Just saying, I want to see how bad it was. I'll try and see if I still have it, and they linked the image of it. There was some needed context to the cut sign, though. I'm failing to understand how something you didn't even know the details of warrants getting doxxed. You want to give some context? The person who was doing it was somebody I was trying to get to stop. We were in a group chat, and the people in there were telling her to do it. So I told her to do mine instead, since the name was only 4 letters. Not saying I did the right thing. Wow, holy shit, I'm like failing to read it. Give me 1 second. I'm actually gonna put my glasses on. We're gonna read this better with glasses on, I guarantee it. Not saying that I did the right thing, but I'm into that kind of shit. I could think of anything else that would prevent it, so I made a call on the spot. She was someone who was gonna do it anyway, and my life has been turned upside down with the mental illness, and I even SH now too. I'm not trying to break the habit. Mine is just for pleasure or adrenaline. I do it to punish myself, but that doesn't matter. Holy fuck, bro. Is this really worth getting like aired out on the internet? Jesus Christ. I told her to not cut that deep. I know people say, why not remove her from the situation? When it wasn't that simple. She was going to do it whether I approved it or not. So I was just going to abandon the case. So you told the girl to cut your name into her because she cuts. Well, no, that's not really it. The thing he's saying is like, oh, well, she was going to cut somebody else's name into her arm, and mine was like the shortest name, so that would cause like the least damage. But like also, bro, what the fuck? Dude, this is why I don't like ever VC with any of these like weird freaks on Discord ever. These people are so goddamn weird, and you will get into the weirdest situations if you're hanging around these people. There used to be a time in like where I was younger on the internet, and I interact with more people, and I'd be around people who would like do this like weird freak crazy shit. And to be honest with you, it like warps your mind. It warps your perception of reality. Okay, it's like so bad. Like, I don't know, bro. This is like super AIDS. This is why you shouldn't hang around these types of people, dude. They suck. Yeah, no shit. You're gonna get like destroyed. You're gonna get like owned whenever it comes to like the situations you're gonna be in. Okay. Okay, then. We're gonna continue watching this video, though, because I really don't care. This person could have, like, raped 4 children. I'm still interested in the story. I still am interested in the deep lore.
Meowba's old account. But yeah, besides that, Meowba decides to go on to her old Instagram account after it's been inactive for 2 years, almost 3 years straight, and she decided to post some defamatory stuff about me and the people I am working with right now. And it turns out people are believing her. And actually, my stream from yesterday, I get somebody who believed Meowba when she showed 0 proof to join the call and show how we were wrong and how the things that Meowba / Peachy Cub had said about us are true, but they're not because there's no proof.
Now, there's a few things about this video that make it absolutely appalling, but the first thing I really want to point out is how this guy seems to think we don't have eyes.
Come, say your wish.
I wish for context.
Your wish has been granted.
Unfortunately for you, Brione, I did, quote-unquote, better. I did more research, and I dug like a fucking mole rat. I also watched the entirety of that video so that my audience doesn't have to. Just so you guys know, You may go watch it on your own, I don't discourage you from doing so. Throughout that entire video, he never once actually addressed the allegations themselves, and he also never even acknowledged what was in the screenshots on Meowba's story. Instead, him and his butt buddy obsess over a very base level observation that anyone with eyes and ears can make, and doesn't forget to endlessly pat himself on the back and do a little victory dance. Motherfucker was hitting the gritty with his dick in his hand because he proved to everyone single-handedly that Meowba is also a victim. Doesn't care about the fact that this person is being doxxed and harassed relentlessly. We also come to find out that this person is a Crystalli victim. Then we go on to undermine all of that because Brion was right. And if the information we have in terms of Meowba's date of birth is at all accurate, that would suggest that Meowba is younger than both you and me, Brion. You're actually fucking weird. If this information is at all accurate, Meowba would have just turned 18. But Brion, if we stick with the narrative that you're trying to paint, that would suggest that Meowba is actually Peachy Cub and Peachy Cub is the real Meowba. That would mean that Meowba is still a minor. So which one do you prefer? But back to the topic of Brion's false allegations, I put in finger quotes. Let's take a look at Peachy Cub's story and see if these allegations are false and if there really is no proof. Now, when Brion says that she's trying to make false allegations about the people he's, and I quote, working with, the only thing from Meowba's story that even somewhat aligns is when she's talking about him being in a call with Cloak. Now he's caught talking with a CP distributor. Cloak, right this moment, lol. Maybe Cloak is your supplier, you freak. Challenge, Meowba haters stop being pedos. Difficulty, impossible. Throughout the entirety of that 20-minute video we just saw from Brion, he says that Meowba has no proof. But I'm gonna give you guys a little hint here. There's actually proof in the tweet itself. So let's take a closer look at the proof. I'm the only one who has access to them
I do not care. I literally do not care. Is this guy a pedophile or not?
Isn't this...
Okay, I literally don't care. I don't give a shit. I wish I cared. I don't anymore. I was hoping that somebody would be like epically exposed for being a pedophile or some shit. Because it's like trigger warning pedophilia or whatever the fuck in the intro. I feel like whenever you have pedophile allegations against somebody, you should start with them. Like, that's the first thing you talk about. You're watching the wrong video? Hold on. Link me the right video then, dumb fuck. Link me the right video. It's the newest one? Dude, just, you know what, cool, just fucking join the VC. Just, like, join my fucking, I'm just gonna call you on Discord, okay? Just explain this shit to me. I'm not listening to this shit. I'm not listening to this. I'm not listening to another video.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Working. Okay, yeah, let me mute your stream so I don't echo.
Okay, sick.
I fucker, I sent you the video already.
Okay, I'm not watching it.
Yeah, I mean it's
like
that 52 minutes. I don't expect you to.
I'm not watching a 52-minute video on stream. I don't have that fucking
Yeah. No, I don't expect that.
I gotta do other things tonight, dude.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. So I guess, like, to just start off, Brion, we caught him having inappropriate conversations with a 15-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's so fucking AIDS how I keep having to go back and explain this, but I can go ahead and give you some screenshots for reference.
Okay.
Let me grab them for you real quick.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, let's see. Go up real quick. Is this it?
Actually, can you just tell me what he did? I'll literally just take your word for it. Just tell me what the fuck he did.
Okay. He said that he. Okay. So okay then. He said that he had a crush on a CP distributor. So the context behind that is that this 15-year-old girl is. Come again?
I said base. Let's fucking go, dude. A CP distributor, Christ.
Yeah, so there's this 15-year-old girl named Fried Tofu who has a reputation for sending nudes of herself to people on the internet, and he was characterizing her and calling her a CP distributor. So he's had a number of stories that he's changed. My personal favorite swap is he said that he was saying these weird things to her, which is that the only thing. This wasn't the only weird thing he said to her. But he said he was saying these things to her to try and dig more information out of her about Meowba. But what didn't add up is why is he going around saying these things about her to other people instead of just saying them directly to her? So he's like already admitted.
Wait, hold on.
Come again?
What other things were he saying to other people?
So he was saying that he had a crush on her, this, that, and the third, and that he would let her drink his blood.
Christ.
Yeah, saying he had an interest in this girl.
Why the fuck would you
and then
say
he
that
was
to
like calling her
anybody
cute
ever?
and shit.
Why to anybody ever? Why would you ever send those messages? Holy shit, dude.
But she's a 15-year-old girl.
Yeah, why would you ever? Yeah. Why? Why would you ever send those messages? That's so AIDS. That's so fucking AIDS, dude.
Yeah, so his first excuse is that he was only doing that to get information out of her, because he wanted to get back at Meowba, which is in its own petty and weird. But then it doesn't add up because he would also be saying these things to other people aside from the girl he's trying to get information out of, which doesn't add up. And then I really like this one, how when we finally start confronting him, and he has his like little fucking attorneys in a call with him, it now changes the narrative to, oh, he was just joking. So.
Oh, he was just memeing about like being attracted.
Yeah, it
to
was just a
kids?
goof. It was just for laughs. Why aren't you laughing?
Okay, but like, which story is? So which one is he sticking with then?
I guess now the one he's sticking with is that it was just a goof. It was just for laughs.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so this guy's
Yeah.
like weird as freak. It's like he's just a weird fuck. Oh,
I mean, everyone was already making
real quick,
fun of him.
How old is this guy?
He's around our age. He's 19.
Oh,
now.
okay. Well, that's a little
Yeah.
yikes. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty fucking yikes,
Yeah,
dude.
I really hate how I had to explain to
shit.
people like Sen why it's wrong for people our age to like talk to 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds. It's really out of body experience for me. I'm not gonna
I feel
lie.
like the 16-year-old, you're pushing it super hard, but the 15-year-old, I feel like I'd be pretty comfortable with calling you like.
Oh yeah, no, definitely like the
pedophile,
15-year-old
straight
thing.
up.
It's just it's just when
I'm straight up comfortable with calling you a pedophile. I'm pretty sure at that point. I'm like, fair.
yeah, she turned 16 after the interaction, so these guys really like saying, well, she was almost 16. But she was like, it was like months later she turned 16.
Okay.
No, they really love
And now
messing
she's
with the
almost
ages.
17, right? So I mean, I might as well be sexting her. Like, I don't see a problem with that.
No, she's not almost 17 now,
Well,
right?
I mean, basically,
But yeah,
she's
this is
closer
what we're
to
pushing.
17. She's closer to 17 than she is to like 13. So I mean,
Yeah, this happened when
right?
she was 15.
I
so that's really where the concern was.
Yeah, that's really fucking bad, dude. Holy shit, that's so bad. That's so fucking bad.
And then I guess like there's other things like I guess the reason why this became so
What
big is
else?
because in his first response, in his infinite wisdom, his first decision was to get a doctored screenshot that suggests that I had nudes of a 14-year-old. And he wanted to post that to Twitter to try and smear me, and he said, not a good look. Within like the first fucking 24 hours, I gathered everything that, like, all the evidence I needed to prove that it was fake.
Wait, so he just posted you like.
Yeah, he used my likeness to suggest that I was in possession of fucking child porn.
Wait, what's the fucking
and within the
screenshot?
first
Can you-
24
can you
hours, I
send me the
debunked it.
Can you
But
send me the screenshot that he used?
yes, sir. Hold on.
Okay,
We
hold
already
on.
we even went to Photoshop to figure out what they did, and we could clearly see a Discord color pick line. So let me find it for you real quick.
Okay, I gotcha.
I think I've like mentioned this shit in passing to you so many times in the past, and I bet you just passed it off as like me being a schizo. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. You're insane. You're like a crazy person, okay?
I
You're going
am.
up in
I'm
Discord
just
'cause you know about crazy people
deranged,
shit.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm deranged.
Yeah, don't say it sarcastically. Yes. That's my
I'm not being
that's my
sarcastic.
position. You sound like you're being sarcastic. That's my
No,
position.
not. No.
Now you see now you sound like you're lying, okay? now we move sarcasm to like just being a liar.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, I extort e-girls on the internet, and I make them do things crazy.
E-whores deserve it.
Oh,
do you have the
crazy.
screenshot? Okay, no.
Yeah, I'm digging up in the server where we were like gathering our shit. Just give me a second. It's loading.
Okay,
I have to
buddy.
scroll
Take
all the way
time,
up.
dude.
Oh
Take all the
no,
time you
please,
need, pal.
please. Just give me one more second. I gotta go grab it. That's all.
I got you.
Hold on, let me grab you this one in the meantime because I found this one first. You might have a good chuckle at this. Hold on.
Okay.
Come on. Control V. Here you go. All right, let me go back here. Context. All the way up. Come on. All the way back up. Thank you. Come on. Oh boy, I love when the shit buffers. Come on. Oh my gosh. Come on. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
Copy link. I'll send you the original tweet itself.
All right, this is the tweet. To all the idiots fans
This
me
is the
calling me a pedophile, how about y'all stop spewing BS and I'll take down my tweet. Okay, cool.
And then the one below that is the screenshot he posted of me.
Oh my god.
We already went out of our way to prove that it was fake, but it was just this was his first response.
Dude, nobody types like this, bro. Nobody
Exactly.
types like this. Nobody
That was
types
his
like
first
that.
response.
Hold on.
Yeah, that was the first thing he decided to do.
No, this is the screenshot, guys. Let me pull it up actually on like a tab. I'll just like pull up the whole thing. Dude, this is the way that the screenshots went. There's this 14-year-old girl I really like. I got her nudes already. Like, nobody sends a tweet, a message that's that incriminating. Nobody does that. It's like saying, dude, I just killed somebody and it was premeditated and I planned it all out. It would definitely qualify as first-degree murder if anybody tried to prosecute me. 100%.
This nigga's so retarded.
Like, holy hell, bro. Oh my god. That's such a bad fucking screenshot.
And then let me show you this screenshot, this other screenshot where we like threw it in Photoshop just to like see, just to test a theory. We threw it in Photoshop. I think this is it right here, right? This should be it. Yep. Okay. So we went and threw it in Photoshop. I don't know if you want to pull this up for your stream, but like you can kind of see what they did. And this is after we went through the audit logs and went through all the messages that went back to the state. Another funny thing about this message is its date goes back to like the first day my server was created.
Oh, okay. I see. Dude, holy shit, you used like a ramp exposure on this bitch. Oh my god.
Yeah. You can kind of see where the seam is.
Discord screenshots be jack shit unless you have like a recording. Maybe fucking nothing, dude.
Yeah. And then today, the person who's fucking like put out those allegations you just read out, or not allegations, but put that like Twitter thread out on multiple occasions, not multiple occasions, but multiple times today. He's like threatened to fucking dox me and harass me. And in just before our lovely discussion ended, he admitted to buying and sharing fucking child porn. On fucking, mind you, we told him he was likely being recorded, and he said this shit. So I can't wait to release that. But he like made it very clear he was confronting me on Braylon's behalf, and made it very clear that he had intentions of doxing whoever he thought was like in the wrong here. And he was very suggestive towards me being the one he thought was wrong.
Bro,
so.
What?
Yeah.
Epic, dude. That's so awesome. I'm glad we're on the
You
internet.
can't beat him, dox him, right, guys?
I'm so glad we're on the internet. Christ, these people are great.
Of course.
Oh my god, bro.
That's the Braylon situation in a nutshell, though.
Oh my god. Okay, sick, dude. Appreciate the recap on the drama. I don't know where else we can go with this stream, dude. I'm kind of like losing. I'm like winding down right now because we had this Nightmare Neil guy. He's ducked me, and we have waited 2 hours and 30 minutes for him. 2 hours and 30 minutes, I feel like, is a long enough grace period for somebody to get to a debate, right? I feel like that's long. I feel like it's a really long time.
I mean, we can do a debate here. I mean, he's not really a black Nazi, right? Like, he's posing as me.
That's so true, dude.
You already have a black Nazi in call, so I mean, like, what more do you need?
That's real, dude.
I'm so anti-Semitic.
This guy was like insane. He like said that after a debate with Naomi that like they used Jewish debate tactics to beat him. And
so
like,
based.
Yeah, I was like super schizo. And here was the big meme. Okay, there's like a big meme that I was gonna do. This guy kept pressing me and asking if I was trans or not. So I told him that I was a trans guy, and because I wanted him to get in call and start like misgendering me as like a woman and just like everybody to be confused as fuck because it wouldn't make sense to anybody else. Because I just lied to this guy's face because he was like super impressive. Because that's what he did to Naomi, and what he did to Synth was he like repeatedly misgendered them after like asking for their pronouns and shit. He was like, hold up, let me get your pronouns so I can make sure not to use them. Okay?
Synth might have deserved it. I don't know, but I don't know about the other person.
No, Synth is like my bestie. Okay.
No,
Synth and I are best. So
that.
I lied to them and I said that I was a trans guy because I wanted to see them get on a call and just repeatedly misgender me and sound like a fucking nutcase.
Sir, this is a McDonald's.
Yeah. So, ma'am, this is a McDonald's. This is a McDonald's, ma'am. Because
we don't have microplastics or hormone blockers.
These people will be like, we can always tell, and then you can just lie to them. You can just say you're trans, and they'll believe you.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna tell them people, even if they were bad, so based.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna come on a debate panel one day, camera on and everything. Tall black man, BBC flopping in the wind. I'm gonna tell them that I used to be a cis white woman.
I used to be cis and white. And they're gonna be like, yeah, you okay, cracker.
I would love that. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Let me guess, he's a Holocaust denier? Yes, he's also a Holocaust denier.
Okay,
you know, and he's
but
also
it wasn't
Holocaust
6
denier.
million. Are you telling me there were 6 million Jews? Are you kidding me?
Listen, I think the Holocaust was real, but I'm not so convinced that World War II was a thing. So,
okay, you know, I'll concede to that. That's a good one.
Listen, okay. I'm going to head out. All right, everybody, thank you for coming on to the epic live stream today. Unfortunately, Nightmare Neil ducked out of the debate, so everybody go on Twitter and harass him and call him a little cuck soy boy bitch, all right? He ran away. He ran away from me. Do I look threatening to you? Do I don't know why people would duck a debate with me. I'm just I'm a cute little e-boy, all right? There's no reason to run away from me in the debate. But yeah, appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Hopefully we can be live soon enough. And hopefully with the debate, people aren't running away from it and it doesn't get canceled. Okay? His ad is Nightmare Neil. All right? Harass him. Everybody go out and harass him. I avow, everybody going out, nat tweeting him and calling him a little pussy baby bitch. Make sure that you misgender Nightmare Neil. Make sure you do too. All right, I support that. I endorse that. I avow that. But yeah, all right. Appreciate you all coming out tonight. Follow me on Twitter. We're almost at 1,000 followers. We're running up near it. It's the longest that I've had a Twitter account and the closest we've ever gotten to 1,000 followers. It's gonna be pretty epic whenever we reach that. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. On that little notification bell. It's where you find out when I go live. And the different uploads of the debates that we have on stream, segmented to your convenience so you can find them at a moment's notice. Don't follow my Twitch account. I don't post anything there. Just never follow that. I just want to make sure you guys know that you shouldn't follow it. He didn't show. He did not show. He blocked people who told him that he was late. Actually, he's like confirming, like he's a confirmed no-show for this debate. Like he's not happening. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. You guys have a fantastic night. Peace. My Nicholas Dioreos. Whoop.
Yes, sir. Big dick, big dick. Big old dick.
3 big balls. Look like we playing tennis. He got a big dick, I think his name Dennis. I jerk his dick until that nigga finishes. Dick big and green, it tastes just like spinach. Dudes, I love when they send me off the news. Had to make him nut cause his balls were blue. He didn't have a clue. He's sliding in and out my ass like he's cleaning out gutters. Dick bigger than a stick of butter. Saw that big dick swinging up in the motherfucking hallway. He like me and my friends cause we're all gay. We like dick. I like his ass cause it's thick. He gon' fuck my butt till I shit and dick is dry so I spit on the tip.
4 big guys, and they bust on my eyes. They eat my ass just like apple pie. If they keep fucking me like this, I might just die. They pie my booty till I cry. He licked my dick and the cum start dripping. I took a bite of his ass, it tastes like lemon pepper chicken. He throw me up in the air, my booty flipping. He dug in his balls in my booty like he's Scottie Pippen. Met the nigga last night, then I rode his dick like a bike. He's so thick, he looks like a dyke, but that's okay, cause I think his name Mike Jordan. He fucked me while recording. He sent me butt pics this morning. Hands down the greatest nudes I've received. I love when I receive his BBC. Three big balls, look like we playing tennis. He got a big dick, I think his name Dennis. I jerk his dick till that nigga finish, and his dick big and green, it tastes just like spinach. Dudes, I love when they send me all the news. I had to make him nut cause his balls were blue. He didn't have a clue. He's sliding in and out my ass like he's cleaning out gutters. Dick bigger than a stick of butter. Saw his dick swinging up in the motherfucking hallway. He like me and my friends cause we're all gay. We like dick, and I like his ass cause it's thick. And he gon' fuck my butt till I shit, and his dick was dry, so I spit on the tip.